block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Carrington. Goes up, high post. It's hauled in by Smith. Here's Las Vegas. Here's Young. That's in, and she found her range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
You sit back and enjoy the poise from Young. Maybe not the highest percentage shot with the contact, but she still sinks it.
From 18 feet away, no good, off front iron. Pass to Gray. Back to Wilson. Over Reese. And nice D from Angel Reese. Carrington outside. Here's Duchess. Back to Carrington. Duchess. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. And they're on the break. Stolen by Breezy. And we're about 2 minutes into the first quarter. On the wing, Dejanay Carrington. Gray defending. Shot clock at 6. Here's Reese. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know, that is right where they wanted to get that ball.
Well, when you think about the best organization in the W, Las Vegas has to be near the top of the list.
I mean, no team has won more over the last 5 years, but also no one has invested more with their own dedicated practice facility, improved arena as well. The Aces are very serious about winning.
Now here's Duchess. Puts it up from 17. Yes, it's good.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it did not work. Not if it results in that shot.
Wilson outside. Now about 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Bell. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Ran her defender straight into that screen to open up the lane to the hoop.
Now here's Duchess. Outside Reese. Carrington hits the three-point bomb.
Putting those guard skills to work. Carrington with the quick trigger.
Spins. Pass to Wilson. Over Reese. And she gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
So reliable, guys. Her offense, it doesn't come and go. It's always there.
Now Breezy. Now Duchess. Reese. Second shot opportunity.
A patient defender with a passion for blocking shots. Wilson's such an intimidating presence.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot, and we'll go to the line.
At the line for the green, Olivia Nelson-Ododa. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And the Aces making a change here. She hits the second from the line. Now Gray. She hasn't yet put up any points in this one. To the middle. Wilson. Nelson-Ododa with the rebound. Now here's Breezy. D right on her. And it's out of bounds. The Dream able to retain possession here. And you gotta be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this one.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that, it goes a long way. It establishes the attitude you want.
Off the inbound.
A gritty defender who takes pride in shutting down opponents. Ray is the kind of competitor every team in the league needs. Superb assist. She was crafty, creative, and the ultimate teammate on that play.
Now here's Carrington, covered by Lloyd. Launches a three, and it's Angel Reese with the rebound. Atlanta calls timeout.
2025 draft class is loaded. So give me your guys' favorite pick.
I'm going with the easy answer. The first pick, Paige Beckers. I mean, we're talking about a generational talent. And I like her ability to control the game, score it, and set others up.
Yeah, I'll go with Beckers too. I mean, she was the #1 recruit out of high school with so much attention on her over her 5 collegiate years. I would say it's pretty obvious that Paige is ready for the limelight.
Outside Vivians.
McCowan.
She's guarded by Wilson. Here's Carrington. That's good, and it's Tierra McCowan with the assist.
The center with the assist. You imagine standing at 6'7", McCowan has a clean view of the floor.
And there's Jewel Lloyd with the 3. Another miss by Jewel Lloyd. And here's Carrington. She has 6. Here's Breezy, and she banks in the layup.
Yeah, late reaction for the defense. She's always going to convert that.
Las Vegas trailing. Outside Lloyd. The Aces with another miss. To the inside. And that one's good. Billings.
Assisted by
Oh man, she is so good at making those lead passes.
Evans with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. Rejected by Tierra McCowan. Lloyd from long range. Good on the triple.
Well, with an accurate and smooth three-point shot, you have to take Lloyd very seriously beyond the arc.
Now here's Breezy. Evans covering. It's through for her second basket. She's now 2 for 6. Now the Aces with it. Trailing by 4. Back to Young. The 3 ball. Good on the 3-point shot.
You know, the D pays so much attention to Lloyd, it allows others to get open looks. One reason Lloyd is a valuable offensive talent.
Well, it's a bit odd seeing Jewel Lloyd out there not in a Storm uniform, you know?
Yeah, from going first overall in 2015 to 6 All-Star appearances, 2 titles, Lloyd spent her first 10 seasons with the Storm, and no doubt she's still got plenty of fans in Seattle.
Wilson outside. And it's Billings with the rebound.
This has not been a quarter to remember for her.
I mean, what's going on right now? What is this? She's not making any sort of impact for them at that end of the court.
Yep, that goes. And here are the Aces now. It's a 5-point game. Here's Evans. Again, Las Vegas.
Sticking that mid-range J. I love watching Evans use this area of the floor.
Pass to Breezy. Outside Vivians. And it's off from 3-point range. Inside. It's stolen by Carrington. Pass to Vivians. Carrington. Back to Vivians. Shoots over Young. That one misses. Would have counted had it gone. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Dream out in front, up 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Dream, what do you guys think?
Nice start to the game for them, tallying a few steals through 1.
They've been aggressive on defense, and it's paid off, so I'm going to expect them to keep it up.
Pass to Breezy. Tries it from 19. Las Vegas grabs the miss. Here's Gray. She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. To the paint. Gustafson. Now Stokes. The tray. Doesn't go for her.
That's fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give her an inch of room.
And that's the only way to stop her. The defender has to be all over her with a hand right in her face.
Now here's Gray. Pass to Lloyd. The three is up.
McCowan with the rebound. Atlanta calls timeout.
Looks like the coach saw some things out there that need adjusting, and it's going to take a little time to talk it over.
Yeah, and never a bad idea to use a timeout if there's something that's got you concerned.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Pass to Breezy. Canada, Gray defending. Billings, good, and Jordan Canada gets the assist.
Fantastic pass. She made that a very easy bucket with the setup.
And here's Bell. Back to Gray. Jacks up a three. The Aces with another miss.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. She's got to go right back to that shot.
Now here's Breezy. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. And they could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Yeah, too many empty possessions. I mean, it's simple. They need points.
There's Jewel Lloyd with the three. Drains it from beyond the arc.
I love when Lloyd takes these quick shots because she doesn't give the defense any time to react.
Pass to Breezy. Back to Canada. Breezy.
Gustafson with the rebound.
Pass break, Las Vegas.
McCowan with the rebound.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy because 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup.
Pass to Breezy. Over Lloyd. McCowan with the bucket.
Well, when 6'7" McCowan gets that ball in the paint, it is too late already defensively.
Ball's knocked loose. Here's Breezy. Yep, that one goes.
Intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Las Vegas trailing. Now Bell. Pass to Lloyd. Lets the three fly. Missed that scoring opportunity. And having a bad 3-for-9 shooting night. Outside Vivians. Billings.
Covered by Gustafson.
That's in, and she's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
They've been the hotter team in the first half so far, guys.
Well, they've been grinding, working for those high percentage shots, and it's been paying off for them.
And let's see if this success continues to go as we get longer into this game.
And it's Gray missing. Now here is Canada. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Outside Vivians. 6 to shoot. Stolen by Chelsea Gray. Here's Bell. Good, and it's Chelsea Gray who picks up the assist.
Well, an extension of the coach on the floor. Gray's outstanding court vision makes her a true point guard.
Now here's Breezy. 8 points for her. McCowan, no good.
Some great tight defense right there. Got right up on her and forced the miss.
Just close enough to bother her on the shot, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
Here's Breezy. From deep. That's in for her 5th field goal of the game. Makes her 5 for 12 thus far.
She found the perfect spot behind the arc there. A big gap in the D.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Gray right side. Back to Young. No one near her. Green with the rebound.
surprising miss, wouldn't you say? I mean, she usually devours those wide open opportunities.
Carrington outside, and a foul on Gray. That is her first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Harrington. 8 points for her. Now Duchess. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And you can count it. She'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
She's one of the best in the league at that. I mean, even with just a tiny sliver, she always seems to find a way to get. Get it up and in.
And here's Young. She has 5. Wilson, that falls. Nice feed that time from Jackie Young.
Killer confidence, stays true to herself. What more do you want from Wilson? She's a terrific basketball player.
And the basket by Carrington.
Very clever passing. She put that ball on a silver platter for her.
Well, Jordan Canada does the things you want from a point guard. There's no doubt about it.
Defensively, she disrupts, leading the league in steals on multiple occasions. And then offensively, she distributes, averaging about 5 dimes per game over her career. One of the best rates in league history.
I love that shot from Young. Make defenders worry about the entire floor, not just the paint and the threes. Make them guard you in the mid-range.
Now here's Duchess. 5 points in the game. Reese, no good. Here's Bell. Duchess defending. Pass to Wilson.
Remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Lays it up and banks it in.
I'd say you're fooling yourself if you think Wilson's afraid of a little contact, because she'll go up against anybody.
And here's Nelson Adota. She's guarded by Wilson. Now here's Duchess. She's guarded closely. Outside Young, down low. And that one's good. Wilson.
Nice find from Young. Her 6 feet height helps her get clean passes off, gives her a great view of the court as well.
Now here's Carrington. She's got 11.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Lucky she was off.
I just hope that was a mistake by the D, because if that's how they plan to guard her, they're going to have serious problems. Usually she's providing the pass. Young has to be happy to be on the receiving end of a catch and shoot. More than willing to fire.
To the middle. Wilson. And it's rejected. Outside Canada. To the paint. It's stolen by Jackie Young. Pass break, Las Vegas. And it's blocked. Atlanta leading. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Nelson Adota. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Inside, Gustafson. 1 up, 1 down. She makes her first shot in this game.
Well, so comfortable around the rim. Megan Gustafson, a very good finisher.
And the basket by Carrington. And there's the call on Carrington. That's her first foul.
Johnny Carrington. First personal foul. Second team foul.
She can't get that one to fall. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going on here. Dream out in front, leading by 4. And we've got more exciting basketball action coming your way right after the break.
38. Atlanta, 42.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Well, we've seen Carrington really having a great game.
She played a very smart game offensively, looking for and finding gaps in the defense and always looking for the best shot possible.
Yeah, the way she played that first half, well, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient. On offense.
And it's been a back and forth game with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter getting started here. Now here's Carrington. Here's Duchess. Alyssa Smith grabs the miss. The Aces trailing. To the inside. Here's Wilson.
Nice D from Angel Reese.
Atlanta with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Back to Canada.
Pass to Carrington.
Duchess. Clock at 6. And 2 free throws coming up as she misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
First team foul. At the line for the Green.
The first free throw is good.
2 shots.
And she makes both free throws. Young with it. Tries again, and it's laid up and in by Wilson.
Simply tenacious on the O boards. Wilson attacks the loose ball with the intent of putting it back in the hoop.
Breezy covering. Here's Gray. That's in, coming off an assist from Jackie Young.
Put herself in a great position to finish that break off.
Yeah, and that right there is just a great read of how the play was developing and where the ball was going.
Such high basketball IQ.
She's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake. Come on, you got to be a little bit more disciplined.
Now here's Smith. Here's Young. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there.
And for Jackie Young, it was not an easy start to her WNBA career.
Yeah, she goes first overall in 2019. High expectations. And she shot just 32% in that rookie year. But things really clicked for her in year 4, 2022. Young winning most improved player. And, of course, that 22 season, Aces, her team winning the championship.
Now here's Breezy. She's got 11. And now the Aces on the break for the tie. And Smith with a nice bucket inside. It's all knotted up.
Yeah, Young is such an effective ball handler, spots the wide open shooter and passes the rock.
Back to Canada. Duchess. The kick out to Canada. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Breezy. And good, as it snugs right down through the net.
What a smart feed by Canada. She's got a great eye for finding those ready shooters.
And here's Young. Cans it from downtown.
You're just asking for trouble if you let her roam free in three-point range.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. To the left side wing. Back to Canada. Pass to Breezy. It's hauled in by the Aces. Here's Bell. She has 6. Smith, no good.
That's the kind of D that's needed when she's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over her.
Fast break, here we go. Back to Wilson. From downtown, another 3 for Las Vegas.
A three-pointer is certainly not a huge part of Wilson's game, but if you give Asia a look, she can knock down those trays.
Now here is Canada. Wyatt so far offensively searching for her first points of the game.
Got that one off right in the face of a bigger defender. Nice quick fire release.
Well, the mid-range shot really her only choice right there. She would have a tougher time taking it inside against such a bigger player.
Into the dream, Tiara McCowan, Monique Billings, Rebecca Allen.
And here are the Aces now. The lead is 2. Pass to Young. Back to Wilson.
McCowan with the rebound.
A real defensive lapse there. She's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. They're lucky she didn't punish her there.
Now here's Duchess. She's got 7.
And the next foul will put them in the bonus.
And you know they'll be trying to draw that next one quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the line and get some easy buckets.
Chelsea Gray. Now into the lineup for Las Vegas, number 11, Dana Evans.
Pass to Wilson. Duchess grabs the miss. And the foul called on Alyssa Smith. That'll be her second foul of the game.
Team foul.
Atlanta with the ball. Pass to Duchess for the tie. She's off on that one. And it's the Aces with the ball. It's a 3-point game. And another miss by Las Vegas. To the middle. McCowan. And she takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
What an excellent assist. It really led her to the perfect spot.
Gray outside. Back to Young.
Pass to Smith. Shoots over Billings.
And another miss by Las Vegas. Now here is Canada. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Young with the steal. Here's Evans. And a miss there on the triple. Outside Canada. Pass to Duchess. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Now Gray. And here's Melissa Smith for three. Drills the three-pointer.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been by design or by accident, but either way, it's been impressive.
Maybe the coach just went up to the locker room chalkboard and just put a number 3 out there.
Shot by Billings, no good. The Aces leading. Now Gray. Wilson, guarded by Canada.
And stolen by McCowan.
Pass to Allen. Now Duchess, guarded by Young. Here's Duchess. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. Here's Wilson.
McCowan with the rebound.
And the Dream. Call time here.
Well, with a new Toronto team coming in 2026 and more international players getting drafted, the WNBA's global reach is growing.
When you look at upcoming draft classes, that will be reflected more so with the international players coming in and some of the recent high draft picks we've had from outside the United States.
Yeah, and it mirrors basketball continuing to grow on the international stage. So I'm excited to see the best players in the world playing right here in the WNBA.
Now here is Lloyd. She's got 8. 6 to shoot. Gustafson. Rejected by Tierra McCowan.
Well, using her size well. Gustafson to the line.
And she knocks down the first one.
2 shots.
That's also good, so she hits them both. Atlanta trailing here. To the right side.
Back to Carrington. Gustafson with the rebound.
And these guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assists.
When everybody's involved offensively, it's in a way helping you defensively too.
Now here's Vivians. Pass to Billings. Vivians.
Good, and the assist goes to Billings.
Well, that's an assertive 3 ball by Vivians. She really commits to her shot selection from beyond the arc.
Boy, from long range.
McCowan with the rebound.
It's almost like she's trying to make things harder on herself. Work it around, get an easier shot.
They now take the lead.
Assisted by Victoria Vivians.
From deep. Oh, no good trying to beat the buzzer. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. It's the Dream. They're up by 1. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments for our fourth quarter of basketball coming up next. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. quarter action getting started. The Aces trailing. Outside Lloyd. Again, Jewell Loyd missing.
You know, you watch her and you see her mechanics are totally out of whack right now. She's lost all feel for her shot.
Yeah, and it's not hard to tell. You know, just look at her numbers right now. Nothing is going down for her.
That one goes in.
It's just terrific to see Carrington taking charge on the offensive end. And you know the bench loves to see it as well.
And there's the foul. It's on Breezy.
Team foul.
That's foul number 2 for her. Now here is Lloyd, covered by Carrington. Screen by Young. Pass to Stokes. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake freezes the D.
They'll take as many of those high percentage shots as they can make.
Here's Breezy. This one for 3.
Gustafson with the rebound.
You can tell she thought that triple was going to fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
Shoots a 3.
Bell can't hit.
Atlanta leading. Down low. McCowan with the bucket. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Pass to Bell. Now Young. Now here is Lloyd. Off target from three-point range. Inside. And that one's good. Billings.
That's what I call pretty passive. Timely recognition as to where the open teammate was.
And here's Bell. Three-pointer, Jackie Young.
McCowan with the rebound.
Carrington outside. Pass to Breezy. Back to Carrington. Just 5 to shoot. And that one's good. Billings.
Very good possession. They've never lost their focus as this game has gone along.
And now that we're moving deeper into the fourth, it's at the point where they add a few more points to the lead and they can put this one away for good.
Absolutely.
And another miss by Las Vegas. Now here's Breezy. She's tightly guarded. The 3 buries it from three-point range.
That's a nice bucket. They're really playing intelligently.
They really are, and even though it's not a huge lead they've got, they're definitely in charge.
Kind of get that feeling, Brian, that that team is playing so well.
And the Aces call time here. The Dream making a switch here. They need to stop this run.
I think it's time to switch things up, either by going to the bench or with a different look defensively.
Here's Gray, and the layup falls.
Using a soft touch and a purposeful offensive approach, Gray's able to finish around the basket in a variety of ways.
Now here's Carrington. To the wing, right side. Bryant. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
She's got a lot of firepower right now. What a half she's having.
Now here's Gray, covered by Carrington. Out to Gray. Here's the pick. Fires from deep. Not going to go that time.
Hard to figure out why she didn't bury that one. Not a defender near her.
On the wing, DeJohnette Carrington, covered by Lloyd.
Back to Carrington.
Duchess fires top of the key.
Hey, get outside!
Pass to Breezy. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get it off in time.
Las Vegas, number 0, Jackie Young.
This gives them the opportunity to get within 10. Gray outside. Pass to Smith. There's the three. It's hauled in by Reese. And so here's Atlanta. Here in the fourth, they've only allowed just 4 points. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
She might not be the top sharpshooter in this league, but that's not a shot that D can afford to give to her.
Pass to Young. Back to Gray. Shot clock at 6. Young. And another miss by Las Vegas. Carrington with the ball. Now Nelson Adota. Out to the wing. Here's Duchess. To the wing on the left. And they turn it over. 24-second buzzer signaling the shot clock violation. This Aces squad struggling. They really want to find that igniter here.
That's right, their offense is ground to a standstill.
Maybe you need to suit up, Tim. They need a spark. Wilson, no good. And here are the Dream. Right wing. Nelson Adota, covered by Smith. With the fadeaway. And again, the Dream score. They're really on back foot at this point.
Yeah, at both ends of the floor. Things are just not going their way.
And the Aces call time here.
Make some noise.
Here's Bell. Duchess defending. Pass to Bell. 4 on the clock. Gray. Now here's Breezy. Carrington outside. Three-pointer. Count that as her 7th field goal in 10 tries. She's shooting a nifty 70%.
And every point they get now puts them one step closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it, just a tremendous all-around performance we've seen from them.
Yeah, Brian, it's been a treat to watch.
Well, look, one of the reasons they're trailing is because we haven't seen enough of that. She has to become a bigger part of her offense.
Good call there. Her feet still moving when she set the screen.
And she sort of lowered her shoulder into her, too. A move you perfected, actually. But they were going to get her there one way or the other.
Now here's Evans. Pass to Stokes. And the shot goes down.
Very nice touch, dropping that one in.
The Dream on offense. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Now Nelson Adota. The fader. Here's Reese. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
Oh, I think the lights are out. Give them a ton of credit for the job they did here today.
Just so businesslike, so calm, such a dominant performance.
Now here is Lloyd. Beyond the arc. It doesn't go for her. Carrington outside. Pass to Duchess. To the paint. Nelson Adota. Here's Duchess. Covered by Lloyd. Clock at 6. Misses from short range. Here's Las Vegas. Trailing by 17. One heck of a crossover there. Here's Harrington. Here's Breezy. And the 3-ball is good. So no problem for Atlanta as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says an awful lot about this team.
Yeah, Blake, I guess they don't need home cooking, like you're cooking from your mom, to feel at home. Just a masterful performance all around for them.
So that's going to do it for this one, folks.